Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how we can integrate Azure Cloud with an AI and also with a Python script which has been written for a logic where you can actually have an end-to-end connections for a cloud cost optimization, right? It is not a complete cost optimization video which I'm going to explain. This is the example or the use case which I brought from my experience, right? So in this video, what I'm going to explain you is like probably I'm going to tell you like the experience what I've gone through, where I've seen I've used many resources, but sometimes I might unnoticed it and I might have gone away. And I've realized later saying that, okay, something is running on my cloud. So I come back and log into the cloud console by the time the cost would be on the high level. So then I try to shut down or probably I just delete the resources to make sure that cost is not going beyond what is expected. To solve this issue, probably to mitigate this issue, I thought of, okay, why can't we use AI to solve this issue, basically. Then I've tried to have this idea and brought this use case to see how our cloud resources can be monitored using AI and how effectively which we can actually do a cost optimization and bring that to a phase where we can actually do a agent or probably a dashboard which we can actually uh, do a shutdown or probably do whatever the action which AI recommends. But in this video, I'm not going to explain all the areas, but I'm going to divide this into multiple parts. So this particular use case will actually tell you that what exactly I've done, what are the resources which I've used in Azure, how it is integrated with the LLM here, and what the Python actually does that, and how AI recommends what suggestion it does that based on the input what I've did. So basically, it will tell you that something is running on your cloud resources. Probably you need to shut down, or probably you need to restart, or probably you need to wait for some time, and it gives you some recommendation, right? How Let's see how it goes, and probably I'll explain you walk you through the all the areas what I've done it in this particular um, project. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain you in the first of all, I'm going to take you through the technical architecture. Okay, this is the architecture what I'm going to explain you currently. So let me see. Okay. All right. If you see this technical architecture, it's very simple. Like if you just see the left-hand side, it's an Azure where I've created two VMs, which is running in the Azure environment. And these two environments are actually sending the metrics through Azure Monitor metrics. By default, it is actually having the metrics collections. It collects all the resources information like CPU, memory, and so it collects basically what are the VM metrics, and it VM matrix gets connected to the Python. So I've written a code where Python will actually gets connected to the Azure environment, and it collects the Azure metrics to the Python, and and it actually populates and it sends to AI, where AI will actually tells you and suggest you what is happening in the VM, right? And there are some things which you have to written here. You have to tell what are the metrics to be set, right? So you should not conflict with the AI and the Python. So I have to tell that, okay, Python should read the metrics from the VMs, and it should tell to the AI, and AI will tell you, okay, what the suggestion is all about. So basically, AI will not read them read it will not tell you the complete story of the AI, the virtual machines. It says that it is idle running, something like that. Basically, the Azure metrics will actually tell the Python, and Python will send all the data to AI. And basically, AI will, by seeing the metrics, it suggest you what you have to do it, right? And you can actually build another area where you can put a dashboard, so where you can actually start and stop, or probably whatever action you want to do it, right? So that's something which you can build it. But in this phase one, this part one, I've not done that particular the portion of shutting down or restarting it. Probably I can build that in the next video, where I can tell AI to monitor that, and if that goes beyond that, probably it might do the auto shutdown, or probably it might scale up or scale down, or whatever operation we want to do it for our environment. Okay. All right, let's not waste the time, and let me go through the uh, presentation, probably what I want to show you. Okay, so what I did is, like, I just want to walk you through some of the presentation, what I did in this particular project, so I can explain you on that. Here, this project is something called, it's AI-powered cloud cost optimization. I'm using Azure Cloud and Ollama LLM. So Ollama is something, is a runtime where you have to use PHI3 is something is Microsoft developed LLM. So running on that Ollama, it's an open source, and you need not to pay for it. You can download it in your laptop. It is a lighter weight LLM, and it's available easily in your Google. Like, you can just find out how can you install, and it'll direct you how to install it. Okay, then you have to give a API to the particular code, and you get connected to the LLM. And so project view is like something, what I told is, like, monitor the Azure VMs, collect the metrics, and ask the local AI and show the recommendation what you want to do it, right? Simple project. So how the script is written on the Python, like, basically I want to connect the Azure with the Python, where I've written a code which connects to the Python through all your tenant ID, your secrets and credentials, everything. Once it's get connected, all your data is getting read through the VM metrics and sends to the Ollama LLM, and display the AI results and automate the future action. For example, if you want to do more automation, then you can do it. Or else, if you want to do a recommendation part, you can skip only with that recommendation, right? And how the Ollama actually works on, like, it runs locally on your machines, and you don't need to pay anything. Receives only prompts and returns the JSON recommendation. Okay. So this is called PHI3 because it's a one which runs on your Ollama. It's actually LLM. It's developed by the Microsoft, and it's a lightweight small language model, and it is used for reasoning, coding, and instruction. Because I don't want to use much heavy LLM for now, because it's a simple project. So I used it light node, and you can also give a try when you have time on that. Okay. And these are the versions which I'm using for this particular project: Python 3.13, Ollama 0.03011, and model is PHI3, which is latest, and the cloud is Microsoft Azure. All right. All right. Let's get into the project which I've developed, so I can walk you through the Azure environment. All right. If you just see this one, let me go to home. Probably I will explain you what I've created. Virtual machines. You can just see there are two virtual machines which is running here. Okay, so you can just see this is a project AI VM1 and project AI VM2, which you can just see this is both of our Linux VMs, which is available in public IPs. Also, it has a private IPs, and I've connected with the local Azure CLI. And if you want to see the another VM, which is also called project AI VM2, which is also a Linux VM. All right. So I've connected one VM on this particular this cloud, which is nothing but VM1, which is already connected through the terminal. So what I'm going to do is, like, I have to go to the terminal which I've ran the script. Okay, you can just see these are the scripts which I've developed, and you can just see that these are the files which is used for querying the data, and probably which connects to the Azure VM, and it gets the LLM, and LLM suggests what you want to do it, right? And these are the files which is actually talks about all the configurations. And config file is actually nothing but your secrets of Azure, which has to be pasted here to get authenticated, right? And I've already uploaded that in GitHub. You can actually feel free to go and check the code, right? The app.main file, app.py, and what are the code which has been written, and how it is getting connected to the Ollama, and how it is getting connected to Azure. So these are things I mentioned here, because it has to connect to Azure metrics, and this Python also should connect to the Ollama, right? Basically, right? It should be like this. Excuse me that. Okay. So they should be having a connection. They should be having authentication. So Ollama has to speak to Python. At the same time, Azure has to speak to Python. So you have all the integration happen. So everything is done through this code. right? Feel free to, it's a public one. You can actually feel free to access it. I will post that in the YouTube video in the description. All right. So this is done and all the integration is done. So let me go and run that in terminal. All right. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to run this script like this. Okay. So it is actually reading the Azure metrics, and it is telling that the power particular VM is actually running, and it is sending the metrics to Ollama, which is nothing but the LLM. You can just let me explain you. Right now, I'm going to this particular Python in the terminal. I'm just running the script. So basically, it is reading the information from Azure metrics, and it is giving me the output saying that it is reading the VM informations, and it's sending the data to Ollama, and it gives the recommendations also. Okay. So going back to the terminal, and you can just see this one. The CPU is actually 0.29, and the AI recommendation says that keep running, right? Because it is not much loaded. But there's a logic is written in the code where I want to say that if this running beyond 10 minutes, right? So the system will actually tell you to shut down, right? But AI is telling that keep running as per the recommendation from Azure from the AI part. Let's say that CPU utilization is not is reasonable, and idle time does not suggest it should scale down or shut down, right? Another line is also saying that another VM, it says that it's running, the CPU is very less, and recommendation is unknown, and extra data is something like it says that some characters. So probably we can try to run the script one more time and say, let's see what the recommendation it has to give, because we have run the script once. Probably we have to see if something is giving a recommendation in the next line, right? And it's giving the recommendation for the first one, the same thing. It says that the VM has a high utilization. Right now, it says for the second VM saying that the CPU utilization is low at 30%, and the final idle minutes are high. The scaling down will help you to reduce cost, because it is running for a long while, and the CPU is not used at all, and it is very less, and it is telling that to me, saying that no use of running it, because the CPU is actually underutilized, which is not more used. So probably it is asking me to shut down the machine, right? It says that CPU utilization is low at 30%. The idle minutes are high. The scale down will be help us to reduce the cost without interrupting the services provided the way the workload can be increased, right? So it suggests me saying that the particular VM is actually underutilized. It's very low, and it is not being used much. And why do you want to keep the machine keep running? So why can't you shut down, right? So it gives me a suggestion. So this is how we have to put the logic. Probably the AI is same thing. We can also add some logics into your, but there could be a conflict. Like, there's another engine where you can write an AI logic where you can write a logic, and probably you can let the AI also can recommend it. But when you write two things, it might conflict, but you have to let AI to take the decision. So in this one, I have let the AI to take the decision, and AI is telling me to take the action based on the metric which is read from the Azure metrics, right? So this is wonderful, which I'm seeing in this particular recommendation. And this can be sent to the dashboard, but I have not created the dashboard, in fact. So that will be the next video, probably on the next phase, where I'll be adding maybe I'll just add one more dashboard here. For example, this is which will let me know to create. Okay, saying that probably I will add one more. It is a little slow. Okay, what I can add is I can create a dashboard basically through Prometheus or any dashboard. Okay, and okay, so where we can actually see the same output of the terminal on the dashboard of the particular VMs, and you can action on that, or else you can let AI to take an action. So here the AI is recommending to shut down the particular VM, where we can let the AI to take a call by its own, right? Basically, we are not supposed to do that because sometimes it might take its own decision and it can run. But generally, it should give us a prompt saying that whether can I go and do a shutdown or probably scale in or scale out. So that can be done. So probably next video, I will do that particular option where we can actually let AI recommend and put that in dashboard and see what it can do, right? So hope this video would have helped you, like, how integration can be done with LLM with Azure and also with the AI recommendation, what we are seeing as per the architecture and what is the next action plan, right? So simple as I said, like, when I ran the Python script, so it actually told that saying that the VM which is running, which is less than 30 percentage, which is very high on the idle part. So probably it is recommending me to shutting down the VM to reduce the cost, right? So this way we can put that or integrate that in enterprise level where we can actually see more cost is coming down, right? So we can also create an agents where it actually does the job of a individual where we can put the scale down, right? For example, if I'm doing this job, putting this VMs down, probably AI can trigger another option where it actually puts that particular VM to shutting down mode or probably and scale down. So anything which we can do it, right? So that is something which we can think in the later part. But I hope this video might have helped you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment it and let's have a discussion on that. And so please follow this YouTube channel for more videos coming forward. And thank you so much for watching this. Really appreciate. And please do comment if you have any questions on AI or anything else. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.